So the new lifetime income product that we currently have is called the For Life series. And I would argue that it really stands out in the industry when we talk about the back-end income payment stage of the program. We're really at the top of the market in terms of rates. We still have 100% death benefit protection on the contract, as well as our MERs are extremely competitive in the marketplace. When we have clients who are sort of annuity type of clients, but are looking for the simplicity and the flexibility of a product that's going to allow them to maintain access to their capital, our solution would be a great fit for that, as opposed to an annuity or other comparable products in the marketplace. So when we look at the investment business with IA year over year, we're actually up year to date, which is great. We're about 10% across the entire country. We're between 16 and 18% here in Ontario, which is pretty significant. We're definitely leading the way nationwide here in Ontario, which, you know, advisors across the whole have been attributable to that. When we look at net sales as a whole, and I kind of think of net sales as a leading indicator, because that's really, you know, how much is coming in versus how much is going out. It's great to have very large gross sales, but at the end of the day, what's most important for a company is the retention of assets within the organization. So we've been very, very consistent, and that has been very, very strong. We're actually #1 in the country year to date consistently in terms of net sales numbers. So looking at all the other companies, we're actually right at the top of the heap there, which, like I said, for myself, is a pretty significant indicator. Now, the reason I attribute that number to IA is really the strength of our management and the strength of our funds. Our lead portfolio manager, he was a former head of National Bank of Canada, very, very well-respected individual, very, very knowledgeable individual in the industry, to the point where he is actually an advisor to the Ministry of Finance in Canada. He's a lead manager on our flagship funds and adds significant value to client portfolios. Advisors have really started to realize this, as have clients. And I would say that that is the lead reason for that. Well, the other key factor would be that we've really put a focus on the investment business here at IA, and specifically expanding the investment team. I've been here for 2 years with the organization now. Prior to that, we really didn't have the same coverage and the same focus. So I came on and I did not replace an existing role. I was a new addition to IA and a new component of the team as a whole. And so more feet on the ground, more focus on the investment side, you know, getting that message out there consistently on a regular basis has really made the big difference in sort of you know, reawakening advisors, if I could say it that way, to the benefits that we have at IA and the investments that we hold here. So for an advisor who is not really familiar with the investment space, who is maybe focused on life insurance or is maybe new to the business, the investment world can seem a little bit scary, maybe a little bit daunting, potentially a little bit confusing. We can make it really simple for advisors with my help, with our team's help, in terms of selecting which guarantees within the actual segregated fund family are going to be most applicable per client, as well as when we actually get down to the investment portion of it, picking and choosing funds can be a bit challenging for some. How do we know which funds are the best ones to look at, which funds we should be using for particular clients? We have managed solutions where you can actually offload that responsibility onto our very highly knowledgeable managers who will make those decisions for you and build out a client portfolio based on that client's risk tolerance and that client's needs. So we can really make it a simple, easy solution. So like I said, if you're newer to the business, if you're a little bit concerned, a little bit cautious, want to make sure you're making the right decisions, who better to make those decisions for your client than our highly skilled managers.